I come to you on a cold and windy day, so I do apologise if there's any noise coming through the microphone. I've tried to hide it in my shirt a little bit, but I don't think it's going to cut the wind off, so I do apologise for any creaking, blipping or banging, anything that happens like that. So today was just going to be my new car. Hear that? That's the wind I'm putting up with today, so hopefully it works. But today I'm going to be talking about the Lexus IS200. This is the 200, not the 300, so it's not the 2JZ unfortunately, but it's still a really good, smooth and quiet engine, and I thought I'd just quickly talk about it while I'm freezing cold. As you have noticed, you can see already on the front of the car, there's a plastic little, well, there's a missing bit here and there's a plastic bit there. They did have window screen headlight washers for them, but they came off. So I've had to use some random stuff to keep it on at the moment to cover the holes up. But that side fell off, so it doesn't really work. The car is absolutely filthy and really dirty because I haven't cleaned it. It is literally being used as a daily. You come to me and my Lexus IS200 on the inside. So this is the interior view. Now it's actually, as you can see, quite comfortable. I have got 3 layers of clothing on today, so I'm not, you know, it could be a little bit better, but hey, it is cold. And this is the Sportcross, this is the Estate. So it's not many of these, it's got a limited slip diff as well, which is fantastic for when you want to go sideways around a roundabout, I'll give you that. But in general, the interior is a really nice place to be actually. You've got your suede-ish looking seats with the leathers on the outsides. You've got, obviously, the only thing I'm not too keen about is the metal gear knob at the top. I do wish there was leather or some kind of other material because it just is that little bit too cold. When it comes to room in the back seats, it's actually okay. It's not nothing special. The seat is actually moved, this seat here in the front of me is moved back quite a bit because I have some tall people getting in the car. So if you look at the driver's seat, that's moved to my position. I'm 5'9", 5'10", and there's much more room that side than there is this side. But once again, it's got this suede looking leather seats with half leather on top. On the sides, and when it comes to the boot, it's actually okay. It's reasonably sized for what I need personally for myself, and I think for anybody. You can actually adjust. You've got these floor pans here, you've got these floor pieces, and you can actually adjust the height of them by taking the legs out and pulling them up. So at the minute I've got them on the lowest setting to give me more room on the floor. You have 2 speakers on either side for the back, for the people in the back, because there is no speakers in the door. And then there's a subwoofer built in on the car to your right hand side, and obviously you can put your tool bags in. There's a little light and a blind to keep all your belongings protected and safe from the lurking eyes of people in the street. And it's actually a very, very, very light boot too. It's incredibly light. I don't, be honest, I feel like I don't even need the gas hinges or the gas cylinder things because it just seems so light, but it could be because they're working well, so I'm not too sure. When it comes to the Speedo, it comes to a very big surprise to a lot of people, I think, on how different it makes itself look compared to other cars. So it looks to me like a watch. A really nice expensive watch. You've got your miles per gallon, you've got your battery, and you've got your water temperature in the middle. And then around the outside of that, you've got your speedo. To your left, you've got your tachometer, it's your rev counter, and to your right, being this is a manual, it doesn't have the park, neutral or drive lights because this is a manual, so there's nothing there, it's just an empty blob, an empty piece of speedo with the security light. Here we have the radio controls, climate control and center console bits. Being this is a manual, obviously it's a manual 6-speed on the floor, which is awesome. You've got 2, as you can see, 2 cup holders and a very, very basic radio, but a radio that works very well. Actually, the bass on these speakers are really good compared to a lot of cars I've listened to in my time. I've had 20 plus cars in my 8 years, and these are the best standard speakers I've come across, especially without modifying them or upgrading them. You've got your climate control. Now, the only thing I find with the climate control is I do find the switches to be just a little bit plasticky and cheap, clicky. I wish they were on a smooth axis or something like that just to make it feel, but then at the same time, when you do turn it into a position, say high or medium or low, it does feel really, it feels like clicked a switch, so it's kind of nice at the same time, but I would prefer if it was a smooth linear motion. That would be nice. You've got your clock and you've got your outside temperature at the top there, and then on the upper models or the added extras, there's normally here a sat nav. Unfortunately my one doesn't have that. This one has just a little cubby hole. You can put your glasses in and everything like that, and it fits absolutely perfectly fine. Obviously you've got your normal cigarette lighters, you've got your ashtrays, you've got your 6-speed on the floor. You've also got the nice sport pedals. Got all the controls there. Just underneath the radio you will have your heated seats, left for the passenger side and right hand side for my driver's side. These are just on or off switches. They do not, unfortunately, do not have low, medium or high. So you either have your butt burn or you have them off. But they tend to, once they're on and they get to a certain point temperature, they do regulate themselves quite nicely. But being it's a nearly 20-year-old car, you have to understand it's not going to be fantastic. Then you've got your traction control and snow mode. These are just linear buttons, and they turn off and turn on the dash lights, and you'll get two lights on either side. You get your traction control on the left, snow mode on the right. What snow mode does is turn down the power that the engine produces, so it just gives you a little bit more accuracy on when you're pressing the throttle on the car. I almost forgot to show you as well, this also has an electric sunroof. As you can see, the buttons work here. So you've got your tilt mode, which just tilts the window up and down. And then you've got your slider, which slides it back and slides it forward. The interior is a nice place to be in this Lexus IS200. Yes, it's nearly a 20-year-old car, so it's nothing out of the ordinary or special, but it does have its half Swedish seats, or Alcantara. It has half leathers on the sides, fully electric, up, down, left and right, and then you've got a little bit of the tilt adjust as well, so you can just get lumbar support, which is on the sides. Glove box, full up there, put all your paperwork and everything inside, with these little centre console as well having a little glove box or box or a little storage cubby hole. Now some of the other models actually had a armrest, so I am going to be doing the armrest on that, because I can't stand it not going without the armrest. It's something I can't live without. It's got a fantastic little 2-litre straight 6 power plant. Its power plant does produce about 150 brake horsepower to the rear wheels on a 6-speed manual gearbox. And it's actually really lovely. It's quiet, it's really smooth. I sometimes don't realise I'm actually using it, or when I'm sitting in traffic, I don't recognise it actually running. I sit there thinking, I'm turning the key thinking, why is it, you know, and it's already running. It's so smooth, so quiet. It's just a fantastic little go-to power plant if you can't afford the IS300, because they are thirsty little buggers. This IS200 is a perfect substitute to that, but it still does drink a lot of fuel. It drinks more than I would ever thought. It drinks, it's about 200 miles. I can get about half a tank out of 200 miles, but that is depending on how I drive it. The video is quite short. It's not one of my best videos. What it is I've got a new camera and a new microphone, and I'm extremely nervous over it all, so I've got to get used to it. And I haven't got my cameraman here today, so that would help me direct me a little bit on where to stand, where to sit, so I'm just guessing. I hope it's okay. I do apologise for the wind once again, and I hope you like my new Lexus IS200. It does need a bit of work, but on the whole, I think really nice car. It's very quiet. I wish I could just show you how good it sounds as well, because I do have a Cobra Sport exhaust on the back, resonated from the back to the middle to the back. So before I leave, I will start it up and rev it and show you what it sounds like. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll speak to you in the next video.